Welcome back to another hips and shoulders class. For today's session, you're going to need some space on the floor, a mat if you have one, and if you have a strap, a belt, scarf, PVC pipe, anything to hand like that, item of clothing, go ahead and grab that. And whenever you're ready, come and join me in Tadasana and we'll begin. So grab one end of your strap, wrap it around your hand, and then take a hold of the other end. So you're just loosely in your hips here. You're going to inhale as you lift up, keeping those arms straight, taking the strap all the way back and over, tapping the back of you, and then tapping the front. So just begin with a few easy ones to begin with. Try not to let the ribs flare out as you do this. Try and keep everything tucked, nice and vertical, keeping that core nice and tight and in check. And as you do a few of these, you'll probably find that you'll begin to kind of open up, loosen up, and you might want to just take a half a strap twist or so and challenge that mobility range, that movement range a little bit more. So we're just aiming for roughly 10 or so of these. So I'm going to do maybe 3 more. Just opening up those shoulders, just moving gently. Last one. And then bring it all the way down. You can release your hand from that strap, and then we're just going to inhale as we lift our right arm up high to the sky, and then exhale as you reach all the way over to the left, finding that stretch in the side body. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, can you reach any further? And then inhale back to center, switching over the arms, reaching up high now with the left. Exhale as you reach over to the right. Take a nice deep breath in, lift through the side body, and then exhale, see if you can reach any further. Inhale to lift all the way up. Take the arms out wide, and we're just going to wrap the arms around the body as we twist to look behind us, letting the hands fall wherever they are, probably the top of your shoulder and your lower back. Think about lifting and lengthening as you come through that midline, finding that length in the spine. One more each side. And then come back to center. Inhale as you lift the hands up tall. Exhale as you hinge at the hips, softly bending at the knees and coming into your ragdoll forward fold. So think about bending the knees, drawing the chest over the thighs, crown of the head towards the floor, opposite hand to opposite elbow. And you're just gently going to swing from side to side, rock back and forth. And then take the hands to the floor, walk the feet all the way back to your down facing dog position. Spread the fingers, pull the shoulder blades apart, push the crown of the head through the arms, and just gently pedal out through the legs as you extend through the spine, finding that length in the back. And if you want to, just take a few pulses through the arms as well, pushing the crown of the head towards the floor. And then gently walk the feet all the way back in towards the hands, coming to the front of your mat, finding your Uttanasana forward fold once again. And then inhale as you come all the way up, extended Tadasana, exhale, release. Reset, and you should be feeling a little bit more kind of loose and supple. So we're going to start in that Tadasana position. So really think about your connection with your feet in the ground. Lift the toes, spread them, press the feet firmly into the ground. Tuck that tailbone under, roll the shoulders back and down, and suck the navel in towards the spine. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. And then inhale as you lift the hands up above the head, reaching up tall. Eye gaze up towards the fingertips. We're just going to draw those fingers back, finding a mini back bend, lifting through the chest, opening up the front body, sending the hips forwards. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. And then inhale as you come all the way back up. Exhale as you hinge at the hips, coming all the way down into your Uttanasana forward fold. Again, think about finding that length in the spine, folding all the way over and taking a bend in the knees if you need to. We're going to come into 3 crouch curls. So inhale as you lift the heels off the floor, bringing the knees to the chest, nose to knees, finding that tucked ball position. As you exhale, you're going to press back up into that forward fold, extending through the backs of the legs, finding that hamstring stretch. Inhale to crouch. Exhale to curl, to fold even. Inhale to crouch. Exhale to fold. From here in this folded position, take the hands on top of the feet now, and as we inhale, we're going to slide our hands up our shins, finding a flat back tabletop position. So think about straightening the legs, sending the hips back, squeezing those shoulder blades back and down, and finding a nice parallel position with the body to the floor. Exhale, melt forwards. And again, we're going to do 3 lifts, so 2 more to go. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. Last one, inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. From here, bring your hands together and then bring them to your heart. You're going to bend the left knee as you straighten the right and bring the left elbow to the left, inside of the left knee. Inhale as you lift and twist, looking up over that right shoulder. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale, come back to center and switch sides. So bend the right knee, right elbow to inside right knee, straighten the left leg. Inhale to lift and twist. And take 2 deep breaths. On that second deep breath, exhale as you come all the way back down to your Uttanasana forward fold, and then walk the feet back, finding your down facing dog position. Again, pedal out the feet. Take a moment there to open the calves, the hips, the hamstrings, the ankles and the feet, of course, as well. And if you want to, you can pulse through those shoulders again too. Whatever your body needs this morning. From here, we're going to take 3 body flows. So you're going to inhale, roll forwards, drop the hips, look up, find Cobra or Sphinx if you need to. And then exhale as you tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. 2 more times. So inhale, roll forwards, drop the hips, take your time if you need to. Find your Cobra position. And then exhale, tuck the toes and push back to that down facing dog. Last one, inhale, roll forwards, drop the hips, find Cobra. And when you're in this Cobra, support your lower back by squeezing the glutes, squeezing the inner thighs, pointing the toes, so you're active through the legs. It just helps the lower back out. As we exhale this time, we're going to come back onto our knees and come into extended child's pose. Forehead to the floor, arms extended out in front, and just take 2 deep breaths, expanding through that upper back as you inhale. Exhale, let everything go. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release. From here, we're going to work into puppy pose. So option 1, you can stay here and just enjoy a gentle stretch. If you want to go deeper, see if you can bring your hands slightly further forwards and bring your chin to the ground. Look forwards to the front of the mat and just relax there. If this is enough for you, then feel free to stay here. If you want to go into an even deeper back bend, you're going to slide all the way through, bringing that chest to the floor, keeping your hips stacked on top of your knees so you have a nice vertical position with the legs, trying to keep that eye gaze forwards. And just take 3 deep breaths now, wherever you're at, whichever level. Getting into that cervical spine, into that thoracic spine. You should have no kind of bend in your lower back. Your lower back should be very neutral. All the stretching and bending should come in your upper back and your neck. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale as you come up onto your hands and knees. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. You're going to take your left foot outside of your left hand. And with your left hand, we're going to reach forwards, palm facing up as we inhale, stretching out forwards, and then exhaling as we reach over to the right. So you should feel this in your hip and your mid-waist. Inhale back to center. Exhale to sweep. Inhale back to center. We're aiming for 5. Exhale to sweep. Inhale back to center. Exhale to sweep. Last one, inhale back to center. Exhale to sweep. Come all the way back to center. Replace that hand, step back to that kneeling position, and then switch sides. So right foot comes outside of that right hand. You're inhaling, palm facing up as you reach forwards, and then exhaling as you sweep over to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, and again 5 on this side. One more to go. and then come all the way back, replace the hand, take the hands back to the front of the mat and the feet to the back of the mat and find your down facing dog. From here, we're going to take one more body flow. So inhale, roll forwards, drop the hips, find your cobra or sphinx position wherever you're at. Think about pressing the ground away, opening up that front body, pulling those shoulders back and down away from the ears. Engage the legs, and then when you're ready, take a nice deep breath in as you press into the ground. Exhale, look over your left shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, look over your right shoulder. Inhale, back to center. You can just take a moment there to draw a figure of 8 with your hips, opening up that front body a little bit more. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back to that down facing dog position. So tuck the toes, exhale, press back to down facing dog. Take a moment there to just pedal out the feet. And then we're going to come into our lizard lunges. So we're going to take the right foot through to the outside of the right hand as we inhale, dropping the back knee to the floor, reaching the heart forwards. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, see if you can keep reaching that heart forwards. And then this time as you inhale again, lift the back knee off the floor. Really engage that back thigh to pull the knee away from the ground. And you might just want to take the hands slightly further forward. So you might just want to shuffle forward so that your elbow can get past the knee. From here, we're going to take 5 lizard presses. So you're going to let the elbows go out to the side, chest towards the floor. Michelle, if you want to stay in lizard lunge, feel free. You don't need to press anymore. And then press 2 more times. Just a small press, opening up that hip. Bring the hands back in front in line with the feet, and then we're going to drop that back knee to the floor. Option now to come down all the way onto your forearms, coming into that low lizard lunge, reaching the heart forwards. Be careful not to look down. Keep looking forwards if you can. Send that knee out to the side. Keep those toes glued to the ground. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale as you come back up onto your hands. We're going to take now the right hand back to the left foot. If you need to grab a hold of your strap to hook it around the foot and bring that heel in towards your glute, you can. Option 1, pulse a few times and then just gently hold that heel in there. If this is enough for you, then feel free to stay here. If you want to go deeper, come down onto your forearm and you can start to begin to lift those toes off the floor and roll the knee out to the side. So you're on the knife edge of your foot. So this is option 2. Option 3, grab a hold of the ankle so you can flex the foot back in your hand. Look back over your right shoulder and kick out so that you look like you're wringing out a towel and your body is the towel. Looking over that shoulder, keep kicking out. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Come back to center, step back to down facing dog. And we'll repeat the other side. So just pedal out the feet. We'll take a vinyasa in between. So inhale, roll forwards, high plank. Exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. So now we're going to do exactly the same again, but on the left side. So left foot comes outside of left hand, dropping that back knee to the floor, reaching the heart forwards, finding that stretch in the hip. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, one more deep breath all the way in. Exhale, walk the hands just slightly further forward so that you've got space for that elbow to go past the shin. Lift the back knee as you inhale and engage that back leg. So suck the knee away from the floor by squeezing that thigh. We're coming back to those 5 presses. So if you don't want to do the press, just hold the lizard lunge, sending the elbows out to the side. 5 times, just gentle presses, getting deeper into those hips, limbering the pose. Last one. And then walk the hands back in line with the feet, drop the back knee to the floor. Option to stay here with your hands under shoulders and keeping those toes glued to the floor. Option 2, you can come all the way down onto your forearms. Keep reaching that heart forwards, keep sending that knee out to the side. Keep taking deep, deep breaths. Keep looking forwards, don't look down. 2 more deep breaths. Toes should still be glued to the floor. And then slowly come up onto your hands and knees again. Keeping in that lizard lunge position, we're going to take the left hand back to the right foot, grabbing a hold of the foot, bringing the heel in towards the glute. Remember to use a strap if you need to. Pulse a few times, and then you can either just take a simple couch stretch and hold. Option 2, come down onto the forearm and start to roll out onto that knife edge of that front foot, opening up the hip a little bit deeper. And option 3, taking a hold a little further down the foot so you can flex the foot back into the hand and kicking back as you look over your left shoulder, twisting into that monkey twist, like you're wringing out a wet towel. Take a couple of deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, and then release. Slowly come back up onto your hands and knees, and we'll come back to a kneeling position, or come down to a prone position actually on your mat. So we're gonna work into our back bends now. So first of all, we're gonna come into a bow variation. So staying in this prone position, you're gonna take right hand back to right foot, grab a hold of the inside edge of the foot, keeping left arm and leg long. You're going to inhale to lift and kick, opening up that right shoulder as well. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale, release, and then switch sides. So right arm goes long, left hand and foot come together, and then inhale to lift and kick. Open up that shoulder, keep kicking back into the hand to lift the body up higher, and then exhale, release. Option to stay there, or you can take both hands back to both feet, and then inhale to lift and kick. Exhale, release. We'll do 2 more at whichever variation you're on. Inhale to lift. Exhale to release. Last one, inhale to lift. Exhale to release. Release the feet. Come up to a kneeling position now, and we're going to work into our camel pose. So option 1, if you want to take it easy today, you can just take a kneeling lunge position, taking one hand back to the heel, and then the hand that you've got with the leg lunging forwards is going to reach up, and then send it back over as you send the hips forwards, lift through the heart upwards, and reach into that lunge. So if you all wanted to do that to start with, brilliant, you're all doing it anyway. Take a couple of deep breaths there. Keep lifting through the heart. And then when you're ready, inhale to come all the way up and change sides. So this is a really good warm-up one for camel, as it's half camel. So other foot comes forwards, same leg that's back, same hand to heel. And then again, you're inhaling to lift and reach, exhaling as you go into that back bend. So think about lifting through the heart, sending those hips forwards. Don't let this all become a pressure on the lower back. Take a few deep breaths. And then when you're ready, you can come all the way back up. So if that's more for you today, then feel free to stay there. If you want to start working into full camel, option 1 is to place your hands on your hips, lift through the heart, look up towards the ceiling, and start to send the eye gaze back behind you as you let the head hang and the hips go forwards. Keep lifting through the heart. Try not to sink into the lower back. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then inhale as you come all the way up. If that is enough for you, stay there. If you want to take your hands all the way to heels and come into camel pose, think about sending the hips forwards, lifting through that heart, and then letting the head hang. Again, once you've got to that position, hold for as long as you feel comfortable. I'm going to take 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release, and then inhale to come all the way back up. So if you need to take a moment and just come to child's pose at any point, this is quite intense on the back, then feel free. And then the next one, we're going to start working towards going all the way into camel without using the hands on the heels. So option 1, you're going to take the hand, so one hand goes down the back of the leg, the other hand goes up high, and you're just going to slide that hand along the leg, and the other hand goes all the way back, pointing the fingertips, going as far as you feel comfortable, maybe even tapping the floor, and then coming all the way back up and switching over. So you're going to do 3 of these on each side. So taking One hand down the back of the leg. Inhale to lift and reach. And then exhale as you go all the way back. Inhale to lift. So you're engaging your core. Keep lifting through the heart. Try 2 more on each side in your own time. Think about lifting as if someone's pulling you through the heart with a piece of string up towards the ceiling. So you're getting a nice big bend rather than crushing everything in your lower back. If you need to stop at any point and come into that child's pose, and feel free. But you're all doing so, so well. And then relax. Amazing. That's looking really good, guys. So we're going to go and do this one again next week and go a little bit deeper for next week's session. So you can kind of, if you want to practice this in between, you can. When you've done that final one, just come to the back of the mat and join me in extended child's pose to just release off your lower back. Take a couple of deep breaths. Walk the hands all the way over to the left as you exhale, and take 2 deep breaths, finding that stretch in the right side body. And then when you've taken those 2 deep breaths, inhale as you walk the hands all the way back to center, and then exhale as you walk them all the way over to the right, and find that stretch in the left side body. Again, once you've done those 2 deep breaths, come all the way back to center with the hands as you inhale, and then swivel yourselves around into a seated position on your mats. So legs are straight out in front of you. Flex the toes back towards you. Pull the fleshy bits of your bum out from underneath your sit bones. Inhale as you lift and lengthen. Exhale as you fold forwards over those legs, bringing your chest towards your thigh, head towards your knee. 3 more deep breaths wherever you're at. Inhale after that last deep breath to bring yourself all the way back up to seated. You're going to take your left foot over the top and place it on the outside of your right knee. If you want to, keep the right leg extended, or you can hook the right leg around with the sole of the foot facing upwards outside of your left hip. Think about inhaling as you lift and lengthen. Twist your stomach in towards your left thigh. Hook that right arm around the left leg. Inhale to lift. Exhale as you look over the left shoulder. 3 deep breaths. Exhale at the end of that 3rd deep breath and unravel yourself. Inhale to lift the legs apart and then reset the other way. So right foot is coming over the top of the left leg. Hook the left leg around or keep it extended wherever you feel comfortable. And then you're hooking that left arm around that right knee, twisting the tummy in towards the thigh. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale as you look over that right shoulder. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. 2 more deep breaths. Exhale as you unravel. Inhale to lift, and then slide yourself down on towards your back. Coming into a supine position, taking the hands out wide in a T-shaped position, palms facing down. Walk the toes in towards your glutes, and then just drop the knees from side to side as you take a few window wipers to release off and finish, supporting your lower back, unraveling the spine. 1 more each side, and then just gently bring the knees in towards the chest, hug them with both arms, massage that lower back. And then whenever you're ready, slowly come all the way up to seated. And join me in the center of your mat For one final deep inhale as we lift the hands up above the head, palms together at the top. And as we exhale to the forehead, kind thoughts. To the lips, kind words. To the heart, kind feelings. Namaste.